Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Rundown with me, Zulfik Farzan. Well, on the 14th of November, it's the day that Sri Lankans will once again head to the polling stations to exercise their franchise, and this time to elect the country's new parliament. Just weeks ago, the country elected its new president, Anurukumara Dissanayake. Why is today significant? It's because postal voting for the 2024 parliamentary election begins today. The postal voting for the 2024 parliamentary election will get underway today at several locations. Commissioner General of Elections Saman Sri Ratnayake said that over 738,000 state sector employees are eligible to exercise their franchise in the postal voting process for the parliamentary election. Now, he said that having a valid identification card is mandatory for all postal voters. The Election Commission has said that postal voting process will also take place on the 4th and the 1st of November. Now, for public servants who are unable to mark their postal votes on these days, that's today, the 1st of November and the 4th of November, the Commission has made the necessary arrangements available for these state sector employees to exercise their postal voting franchise on the 7th and 8th of November. Now, at the same time, the Department of Government Printing has said that the printing of official polling cards for 11 districts is complete. A senior official stated that these polling cards have been handed over to the Election Commission. The officials also mentioned that the printing of polling cards for the other remaining districts is currently underway. A total of 17,140,354 voters are eligible to take part in the upcoming parliamentary election. Now, recently, Sri Lankan President Anurukumara Dissanayake held talks with the owners of rice mills after there were concerns mounting in society about a possible shortage of rice. The Consumer Affairs Authority has announced that it will submit a report on the country's rice stocks to the President this week. The CAA is currently conducting an investigation into the stocks of rice and paddy in the country. This investigation is carried out in several districts including Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa and Ampara. The Consumer Affairs Authority is assessing the stocks held by the small and medium rice mill owners as well as those held by the large rice mill owners as well. The Consumer Affairs Authority has stated that raids will be initiated to identify locations and traders who are selling rice above the controlled price. The controlled price for Nadu has been set at 220 rupees. The CAA emphasized that legal action will be taken against any trader or vendor selling Nadu rice above the controlled price of 220 rupees. Now, following a recent discussion with the rice mill owners regarding the shortage of Nadu rice in the local market, Sri Lankan President Anurukumara Dissanayake instructed the CAA to prepare a report on the market's rice and paddy stocks. Let's move to the Sea of Sri Lanka. Over the years, on multiple occasions, Sri Lankan authorities, naval authorities led by the Sri Lankan Navy, made apprehensions of Indian poaching fishermen invading into Sri Lanka's waters, Sri Lanka's territorial waters, which is the Sea of Sri Lanka. Now, arrests were made and boats were also detained. Now, one of the primary concerns of Indian poaching vessels entering the Sea of Sri Lanka is the use of the bottom trawling method, which is a device of a massive steel plate or a massive steel instrument set up on hooks and chains onto two boats submerged into the seabed and dragged across the seabed with a massive net by two trawlers, which catches a large amount of marine life and at the same time that destroys the seabed as well. Now, over the years, many complaints have been made with regard to this method of fishing by Indian fishermen, and when Indian fishermen enter Sri Lanka's waters, Sri Lanka Navy drives them away and then makes arrests of those who remain. In order to address this issue, the 6th meeting of the India-Sri Lanka Joint Working Group on fisheries was held on Tuesday. The delegations of both sides from India and Sri Lanka undertook a comprehensive review of all relevant issues pertaining to fishermen and the fisheries sector. Both sides had agreed the highest priority should be accorded to address the various issues faced by fishermen in a humanitarian manner, as they pertain to livelihood concerns on both sides. They had also agreed that only a humane, constructive and cooperative approach can create a durable basis for addressing the issues faced by the fishermen from both Sri Lanka and India. Now, the Indian side had urged the government of Sri Lanka for the earliest release of Indian fishermen and their boats under Sri Lankan custody. According to the Indian High Commission in Colombo, the Indian side also pointed out to increase in detention of Indian fishermen and their boats in Sri Lankan custody, including imposition of long sentences and heavy fines, and stressed the need to uphold established understandings and modalities on issues related to fishermen. They had highlighted the fact that there is an increase in the detention of Indian fishermen in Sri Lanka. At the same time, highlighting the ongoing cooperation between the Indian and naval Coast Guard authorities and their Sri Lankan counterparts, both sides agreed to continue enhanced cooperation, including on surveillance and patrolling, maintaining regular contacts through their hotline, and all other operational matters. The Indian side had also drawn attention to the recent tragic incidents at sea leading to unfortunate injuries and loss of life, and strongly reiterated the use of force should be avoided under all circumstances. Well, it will be interesting to see what kind of developments will arise following the continuation of these meetings. At the same time, the East Container Terminal has got a set of new cranes. The Colombo East Container Terminal, CECT, a newly commissioned deep-water facility, has significantly bolstered its operational capacity with the arrival of a new set of state-of-the-art transfer cranes. This strategic enhancement is set to elevate the Port of Colombo's service efficiency, capability and reliability, further cementing its reputation as the busiest port in the region. Over the past few weeks, Sri Lanka experienced heavy rainfall, and at the same time, health authorities also warned of a surge in dengue cases in the country. Now, yesterday, health authorities expressed their concern over the rising number of dengue cases, which is almost over 40,000 across Sri Lanka. The Met Department has forecasted several spells of showers in the western, Sabaragamuwa, northwestern and northern provinces, as well as the Galle and Matara districts. Showers or thunder showers are expected in several other areas of the island during the evening or at night. The Met Department says fairly heavy showers, approximately 75 millimeters, are likely in some places within the Uva province and the eastern province as well. At the same time, the Met Department is urging the general public to take adequate precaution to minimize accidents related to lightning strikes. And we would like to inform our viewers as well, if there are lightning strikes and if there is a heavy downpour, make sure you stay indoors and unplug all those electrical appliances to avoid any unfortunate accidents. Moving on to the entertainment sphere. As part of the French Cultural Season 2024, the Embassy of France in Sri Lanka and Maldives, in collaboration with the network of Alliances Françaises in Sri Lanka and the Maldives, is hosting a 3-day music tour featuring the acclaimed French singer Charlie Motto. Charlie Motto is a rising star in the electropop scene and has captivated Sri Lankan audiences last evening with a unique blend of soaring melodies and dreamy danceable beats. Her performances are scheduled to take place across 3 days, offering free entry to all attendees. Now, in addition to her concerts, Charlie Motto will conduct workshops for students in Colombo, Matara and Kandy, providing a unique opportunity for young musicians to learn from her expertise. Charlie's unique sound combines French chanson and modern hyperpop with a touch of classical influence. Her recent debut EP, Citadel, released in February 2024, has already garnered praise from fans and critics alike, cementing her as one of the most promising new voices in the electropop scene. Well, it'll be interesting to see how Sri Lankan fans embrace this new international artist. Well, that brings an end to this morning's edition of the Breakfast Rundown. And until I see you again, same time, same place tomorrow, take care and God bless. And if you are in fact celebrating something important, it's all the best and congratulations to you as well. Take care.